Welcome back to another video from MBMRC. I'm Matt.
I'm Marty. It's been quite a while since we've done a video, but we decided today with the wind and everything that was going on that we would take a minute and kind of update you as to where we're at and what we're up to and those sort of things. Mostly I want to discuss today, Matthew recently played a podcast. What was it?
It was the RC Roundtable podcast, and they had a guest on Keith Shaw.
And Keith was on there. Very much Dr. Shaw was boasting about how he doesn't attend events as much as he used to because the electrics are dominant and he feels that he won. I want to say to Dr. Shaw, I didn't know it was a contest. He was boasting how glow is no longer a thing, they're just gone, and he just doesn't feel that he needs to attend because he won. I don't know if he's happy that thousands of people were put out of work that manufactured engines, mufflers, fuel. You know, that was a good thing for the hobby, Keith. Really good. We're all impressed. But we want to let you know that glow isn't dead. Not where we're from. And there are a lot of things that Keith Shaw has done with electrics that are absolutely amazing, and my hat's off to him on that.
He's a good builder.
He's a great builder. He does fantastic work with that stuff. But Keith, I can't help you can't tune an engine. I listened to what you said about how all they do this and they do that. Well, evidently, you must not know how to tune an engine because we don't have those problems. Our fuel's consistent. We make our own fuel. We do things that prevent those sort of things from happening that you're talking about. If you make the fuel tank properly, there's not a problem with the fuel tank. Fuel tank location really isn't that important. Not on today's glow engines with running pressurized mufflers and so forth. I've got a T-Clips plane that the tank sits way lower than the engine does. Runs fantastic.
And it's a 1978, 79 Super Tiger.
Yep.
Doesn't have a problem.
77 Super Tiger Bluehead. Runs all day long. No problem. As far as the consistency, there's a few things that you neglected to say about glow. One of the things is, as a glow engine runs and it's in a plane, and it's running properly, which most of the time they do, as the plane gets to the end of its flight, say it's a 20-minute flight, the power to weight ratio is by far greater at that point than it was when you took off. You know why, Keith? Fuel tank's running low. Less weight. Can't say that with an electric. There's a lot of differences between the two. I'm not knocking electric. If I have a party, Keith, I want everybody to come. If I'm flying out back of my place, guy shows up with an electric, I'm happy to see him. I'm glad he's flying. I don't discriminate against a gas, a glow, electric, whatever. We have electrics. My oldest son flies electrics. It's great. But to sit and knock them and say what you said in that podcast is pretty sad. But anyway, on another note, we've been up to a lot of things since our last video. And we've done a lot of builds. And Matthew can tell you some of the builds that we've done. Some of them will show.
We did probably one of the first ones we did since not doing any videos is probably the Old School Model Works Quickie 500s.
Yeah.
We both put, he has a Jet 40 in his. I have a Sport Jet 40 in mine. They both fly extremely well. Very fast. The other planes that we did was the RCM Funsters. We did the 20 size and the 40 size. Both of them fly extremely well. We'll have to eventually do a video on those as well.
We put 4 strokes in all those.
Yeah. I have a Sato 40 in my 20 size and a Sato 60 in my 40 size. And you have OSs in yours,
I got
right?
62V in my 40 size and a 40 OS in my small one.
I did the Corkscrew 80. If any of you remember the video of my corkscrew, the original Stu Richmond corkscrew from RCM, it's done in the same exact scheme. It has a Sato 120S, and it's that one has the dual plugs, doesn't it?
Yeah, dual plug one.
runs really strong engine. And the next ones that we did were I got a short kit from Eureka Aircraft. They originally were out of Arkansas, and they moved, I believe, to the Carolinas. I would have to double check, or they have a website, EurekaAircraft.com. I got a short kit of the Ugly Stick. It's been an updated version. It has a foam core wing. You can get it either way, but I got the foam core. I had multiple engines in it, and I started out with a Sato 80 twin.
Mm-hmm.
Really nice engine, really smooth, quiet. Just did not have the power for that airplane. It's built pretty heavy duty. So I went from that to a OS 65 LA, pulled it around good. Still wasn't real happy with it, so I put a Super Tiger Monoblocko 60 in it. Pulled it about the same as the 65 LA. He ended up buying a Super Tiger 90. He didn't have nothing to put it in yet, so we put that in the stick, and that's a rocket ship now. So anybody that's building an original Ugly Stick, Super Tiger 90 is definitely the engine to go with if you want a lot of power. After that, we did this 90 size Sportster. We have two of these. This one is his.
We did the 20 size Sportsters.
We did the 20 size Sportsters. We have two of those. I actually built the 60 size. He didn't build the 60 yet. But I have a 60 size, the 90, and I have my R40.
Yeah.
But you got an original Super Tiger 90 in this S.
It's a 90 SK. And again, this is something that I want to throw out there. This is the perfect size plane. You know, when Keith Shaw says glow is dead, we got to look at things from a logical standpoint. One, I've got a Super Tiger 90 in this. It's an old SK. It was brand new in the box. Bought it on eBay. I don't remember the price. Not important. But the power to weight ratio of that engine is by far better than anything you could put in it. I don't care if you put a electric in here, you'd have to have, you know, your couple packs of 6S's in there. The plane would weigh a ton. This is light. It produces a ton of power. Now, I could have put a gas in it, and I like gas engines. We had quite a few of them. The problem is you don't get the power to weight ratio out of a gas engine as you will this glow engine. So this plane here is an ideal scenario of what a perfect glow plane would be.
That, and with the gas on a plane like this, you have the ignition box, you have another battery to run the ignition box, and then another battery to run your receiver. Then you got the vibrations of the gas engine, because they're still not real smooth.
No, they're
Even
not.
with today's gas engines, they're still not real smooth. So that's hard on the hinge lines. I mean, it's an ongoing thing. I mean, yeah, you don't have the slime, the exhaust going down the side on a gas engine, not as bad as a glow, but you can't beat the weight of that and the power that produces.
Yeah, this plane here with this 90 Super Tiger in it, and this is the 90 120 version. It was 124 stroke, 92 stroke. And with that Super Tiger 90, the vertical is absolutely unlimited. And it's like a bullet. So plenty of power. And again, with a gas engine, like Matthew was saying, you have a lot of vibration. And again, with electric, you don't have the vibration, but you also don't have the continuous performance. I mean, electric is electric. After a certain amount of time, it starts to go dead. It's got to come in. When it comes in, you got a couple 6S's or even one 6S. It takes a long time to charge, which means that you have to have a box full of batteries in order to. We fly these things when we go out. It's one flight after another, after another, after another, continuous. And because they are glow, it's just a refuel and go.
Mine, I have an OS 91 FX in mine. I flew both of them. The Super Tiger, if anybody's ever wanting to build one of these and they have a Super Tiger, they want to use an FX or a 95AX, I would say that 90 it's pretty sick. For a 90, it's pretty strong. That, you can find those on eBay. I mean, 160 to $200.
Right.
No. You're talking close to $300 for a 95AX. Yes, OS is still in business and you want to support OS. But if you want to spend a little bit less money and have some serious power. That's definitely the way to go. Because we're only left with really 3 manufacturers now.
How many manufacturers are you had a small list of some of them that was out of business?
You got Super Tiger, HB, HP, Webra, Rossi, Nova Rossi, MDS, GMS, ASP, and Evolution. They was both pretty much the same
Right.
deal. You got Fox Manufacturing. Now Enya and K&B are still technically in business, but what are you getting from them?
Right.
They don't really have anything. They're not really producing anything anymore. Irvin has been gone for
Yeah,
a while.
that's just to mention a few. And I hope that, Keith, you can sit back and say to yourself, I'm proud I did that.
And as of most recent, the Mac mufflers went out
Mac
of business.
mufflers, you know, you had all these places that made aftermarket things, and
Tune pipes and
Perry Aeromotive and all those places sold a lot of things. And I think Perry's still in business, but the fuel companies that were out there, Red Max and Wildcat and
Mach 1,
all these different fuel companies that went out of business. And Keith, you can sit back and say, I did that. And I hope that makes you feel good about the hobby. And that's where I stand as a guy that flies glow. When I heard your comments on that podcast, it really, as you can see, really aggravated me.
We actually we missed the biggest project that we did.
Oh yeah,
our SIG third scale spacewalker. I put a Sato 300 twin in it.
Yep.
It's got the dual plugs. I did it in the what was that guy's name that designed it? The
Engel.
Yeah, I did it in his original design. It was the black and
Jesse
red.
Engel.
Yeah, Anglin. I did it in his original scheme. Yet again, we'll have to do another video on that. We don't have any footage of that yet, but that's what we've been up to.
Yeah, on the ignition side of that plane, I mean, we could have converted that over to gas, but again, like Matthew was saying, it takes up, a couple. It's an extra battery. It's ignition boxes. So what we did is put an onboard glow on it. And again, since we make our own fuel's not really a concern because it's very inexpensive for us to make fuel. It's less than $20 a gallon. So I know some places on the internet are getting as high as 50 to, whatever. It's ridiculous. But you can make your own. And if somebody'd want to know how to do that, leave a comment and I would share with you where we get our stuff and what it is. But outside of that, we're going to be doing a video coming up here on the Old School Model Works Polaris.
Yeah, the new release kit.
As everybody knows, Matthew and I and even Brian have flown tons of Bill Evans planes. We're really excited about the Polaris, and we're glad to see that somebody's keeping, Bill Evans stuff alive here. So until we do that video and get off, that's kind of what we've been up to. Thanks.
Thanks.